afternoon to everyone, and I'm very glad and happy to be here today on this platform. UWC is a voluntary platform which has been generated, which has been formed by all like-minded people, united with Congress. And Congress Party basically, as I believe, is a movement, is just not a political party, but is a thought process. It's an ideology where a lot of people, like millions and billions of people, are connected with. Uh, for just a small example, if you see that yesterday in United States of America, Joe Biden won the election, and we all felt that connection with Joe Biden's victory. I don't know why. But like everyone who is ideologically democratic or secular uh, felt that Joe Biden's victory is their victory, and hence I say that Congress Party is based on this ideology of democratic values and secular values. So I'm very happy that I am interacting with you all today on this platform. UWC is a very interesting platform. I can see a lot of like-minded young people coming together, uh, and they have started a movement. Uh, if we see that Congress Party since 1885 has always stood up for the issues and causes which are affected and related to commoners of this country. And if you see in last few years, mostly after 2014, you will see that Congress Party and its leadership, especially Shri Rahul Gandhi ji, has always stood up for the common people, poor people, needy people, people who feel that there is no one to listen to them, and our leadership has always stood for them. So I think you all have joined a very uh, mm, is good ideological process, and I'm very happy to be part of it. Uh, Varun was giving my introduction, and Sneha also took it further, uh, mm, and I would again like to introduce few things why I am into Congress Party, because that is the most important thing every young uh, mm, every young person in this country should think about. Frankly speaking, our country is a largest democracy, we say, but unfortunately, we say that it is not as mature democracy as few of Western democracies are. Like we say that most of our people, almost 60 to 70% of our people, decide whom to vote on a day of voting, day of polling, and most of them, unfortunately, decide whom to vote inside a polling station. While they press the button, they decide whom to vote, because we are uh, we never we feel that and mostly young people feel that politics is not a good thing to be in, and it's a very bad idea to be in politics. The image of politician uh, is created in such a bad way in India that all the politicians are either they are corrupt, they are bad, they are villains, and that is why young people run away from joining the politics. I started my political career as a student leader in year 1999-2000 in NSUI, and and while I was in my college days, I was into students movement. I felt, though I come from a Congress family and though I come from a background of Congress family, but when I was in college days, I realized that Congress is the only ideology which can survive this country. In fact, I would say further that Congress ideology is the most important factor or a fabric which has kept this country together in last 70 years. And hence I joined Congress party in NSUI. I started working. I worked at Jila Parishad, I worked at NSUI, I worked at Youth Congress. And every position I worked, I tried to bring in more and more young people together. I tried to bring more and more young people into mainstream politics, because I strongly believe that unless and until young people come and join political movement, for that again I have an opinion that if you don't want to join Congress party, that's fine. You are open to join whichever ideology you feel like, but everyone should have a political assessment. They should assess the political thoughts, ideologies, and they should be part of politics. They should not run away from politics. This is what I personally feel. So in last 2 years of Youth Congress, as a Youth Congress president in Maharashtra, I've tried to bring in more and more young people on board from across the society, across the professions. I'm very proud to say that my committee, my PYC committee, has 33% girls into that committee, which is one of the achievements I would say uh, I have done in these 2 years. On day one, when I was about to take a charge of office after our Youth Congress elections, on my charge taking program, we just made a list of female office bearers who were elected. And there was almost 130, 132 such female office bearers who were elected into various levels through the election process of Youth Congress. When we decided to call them and invite them for charge taking program, only 2 to 3 of them turned up, and rest basically did not come for the program because they were either not aware that uh, they are being elected, or they were not aware what exactly is Youth Congress. Just for namesake, their names were given. And then we realized that we need to bring in good talent into Youth Congress. So we did a lot of efforts. We took a lot of efforts, and and finally, today at the end of 2 years, I can say that there are 33% women in my committee. So I think that is one of the achievements mm, which we have done. Second important thing, which basically I feel that is very important for any youth organization, is that they should create a confidence between common youth, non-political youth who stays away from politics. We should create a confidence between them that yes, Youth Congress is an organization which will stand for you, with you, for you always. That confidence has to be built, and we are very happy to say that under the leadership of our IYC President Srinivas ji, you must have seen his work during COVID-19 days, the lockdown days, that Srinivas ji created that confidence amongst the youth. You can see it on social media that common people who would otherwise not go to any political person to seek help were tagging Srinivas ji and IYC and asking for the help. And Srinivas ji also was responding to them positively. We have seen that in COVID-19 days, and Maharashtra Youth Congress has also worked very hard in COVID-19 days. We have created a lot of platforms for young people to come in, young doctors, young advocates, young professionals, young artists. We want every section of society to come and work with us in youth organization. So role of youth in politics is very important. I think that is today's topic of discussion which we have. And I think that we always say that India is a young country, but unfortunately we see very less number of young people in active politics. young people feel that you need some legacy if you want to join politics. Somebody from your family or somebody known to you, your friend, relative should be in politics so that it is easier for you to get established in politics. This is what normal young people feel. But I would say that that is not completely correct. And if you really start working, if you really start doing some activities, and if you like UWC is now doing, which is a voluntary activity, I'm sure a lot of many of you are not even members of Congress Party or not even office bearers of Congress Party, but still with a zeal of and with passion, you all are doing these activities. So I'm sure that if young people start working with the same passion, they might get opportunities. No doubt, people who come from political families get an advantage of opportunities comparative to new people. But ultimately, we have seen that whatever opportunities you get, you have to prove yourself, irrespective of whatever your background is. If you fail to prove yourself, then you are just thrown away from the competition and thrown away from the process. So I think that young people should just not be afraid of joining politics, but they should join politics. They should come in. There are, and very fortunately, I would like to tell that Congress is the only political party which has given such platform to young people. Our leader Rahul Gandhi always wanted young people to come in. I've been working with him since year 2006 very closely, and I've seen one consistent thought coming out from his mind and from his actions is that he wants to open the doors for common youth to join politics. And I think this consistency in his thought process uh, has started showing some results now after 10, 13 years. So this is a process. This is a long-term process. I agree. And I again urge everyone to join politics. Uh, Young people can't stay away from politics. I sometimes get surprised, a couple of friends of mine who are non-political, who are from industries, who are business people, they come and they say, Arey, I don't understand into anything into politics and I don't care about it. Modi aa jaye ya Rahul Gandhi aa jaye, hame kya lena dena hai? And then when I say, कि business कैसे चल रहा है? तो कहते हैं अरे यार बिजनेस की तो पूरी वाट लग गई है, जीएसटी आ गया है, ये हो गया है, और फिर नोटबंदी आ गई, and they'll start giving all the problems they're facing. They'll start speaking about it. Then I say कि ये सारे जो problems आपके सामने आ रहे हैं, तो इसको solution क्या है? What is the solution? तो solution उनके पास नहीं होता है because they don't think. तो वो कहते हैं नहीं नहीं solution तो कुछ है नहीं, अभी होगा, टाइम के साथ कुछ ना कुछ बदलाव आएगा. So when we start talking and comparing this current government with the previous UPA 1 and UPA 2 government, the current finance minister and the earlier 2-3 finance ministers, the current prime minister and earlier prime ministers, and when we start talking to them on point-to-point basis, and then they start realizing कि नहीं, politics is important, because politics आपके day-to-day life का एक हिस्सा है. You can't live without politics because politics is responsible for everything around you, including your property tax, including your electricity bill, including your jobs, including your roads, traffic, everything, economy, everything somewhere other way is related to politics and your representatives. So I always tell young people कि आपको politics में, चलो एक्टिव पॉलिटिक्स में हिस्सा लेना है नहीं लेना है, दैट इज अ डिफरेंट थिंग, लेकिन एक पॉलिटिकल सोच आपकी होनी चाहिए चाहे वो किसी भी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी या किसी भी सोच की तरफ हो जाए, उसमें हमको कोई ये करना नहीं. We will always try and convince you to join Congress party or secular forces or democratic forces. But after all, it is your choice. You can think and you can decide which political ideology you want to get inclined with. But you should be of some or other political thoughts. So this is what I feel about young people joining politics. I can see a lot of people today in this interaction, and in fact I told Sneha also that it will be great if we do it more interactive rather than I speaking one way, because um, I don't want to miss an opportunity to speak to young people across the country. I would say I don't want to miss that opportunity. So I would request the host to start some interactive thing, and maybe at the closing note we can again I'll close the note with some few words.
Thank you, sir, for your enlightening session. Firstly, I would like to apologize. I had a technical glitch, so I lost connection. We had requested some of our audience to share questions in advance. We have selected a few of them which we think are relevant in the context of this session. So I would like to call on Sagar Chabukswar from Solapur to ask the first question, if he is present.
Sagar, unmute yourself, please. Mr. Sagar, can you please unmute?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, Sagar.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, Sagar, go ahead, please.
मराठी बोलू शकतो?
हाँ बोल Sagar. I'll translate for others. You can ask in Marathi.
मला प्रश्न विचारायचा होता. हॅलो.
बोल, ऐकतोय मी Sagar.
दादा मला
Hello. Sagar.
Varun, can you please go ahead with this question, please?
Yeah.
Since he's on.
Sir, I will ask you the question on behalf of him.
Okay.
What should be done to connect the youth and students with the ideology of the Congress?
What should we do to connect the youth and students to the Congress ideology?
Yes, sir.
So I think it's very easy because Congress ideology is very easy to, the idea is very easy to sell basically, because idea of India, which we talk about, isn't Congress ideology. When we speak about any other ideology for that matter, left or right, extreme right, whatever, it is divisive. It creates hatred against somebody, some section of society. So it is really difficult to convince people to get into that ideology. But our ideology, which speaks about spreading love, togetherness, unity, I think it's very easy to convince young people to join our ideology. The biggest problem which Congress party has faced, and for that matter, I would say that NSUI and Youth Congress has to do now, I would say, that we will have to go to the universities, we will have to talk to the students, we will have to get to their level and talk to them. We can't behave like a leader in front of them. We have to speak in their language. We have to be like them. and then you can convince somebody very easily. Today, what is happening is, if you are an NSUI leader or Youth Congress leader or any other leader, if you go and talk to young people, students, and try to impose the ideas, then that becomes a problem. If you try to create a dialogue with them, then it becomes very easy to attract people towards your ideas. So the basic thing which I think our young people should do is that more and more dialogue with youngsters, and without any ego, we should have a dialogue with them. We should go to the universities, we should go to the colleges, we should talk to the students, we should talk about their problems, we should be very vibrant and active on social media, because that is again one thing which is very prominent in convincing people. So I personally feel that if we create that dialogue, it is very easy for us to convince people to join Congress Party.
Thank you, sir. I will now ask Rafa Mohammed to ask the next question. Rafa Mohammed, if you are here, please ask the question.
Rafa Mohammed is not available. Unavailable. Varun.
So the question which Rafa Mohammed has asked is, the place where Congress lags behind is on the ground. What is our way forward?
So I don't completely agree with what he's saying. I think he's referring this to booth management or whatever in elections, or maybe some ground activities. But you must remember that Congress is the only political party which has a network across the country from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. We have a very strong volunteer network in each and every village of this country. It might be small in number, or sometimes it might be even few houses, but we have a reach in each and every village of this country. So ground network, we have solid ground network. Our people are working very aggressively at ground. Where we fail is to create a dialogue with people and to convince them and to market them what we are doing. Normally, I have seen Congress people, they run away from arguments. They don't want to argue with people. If you see any RSS or BJP person, he will argue with you like anything. And at some point in time, we'll say, okay, Baba, chalo, theek hai, bye bye. And we will run away from that argument. Normally, we don't want to indulge ourselves into this kind of argument. This is one thing which I have seen. And secondly, I have seen that we sometimes miss opportunities to raise the voices of common people at some point. That is one thing which I think we miss. But otherwise, at a ground level, Congress is the largest political party. We should not forget it. And it has a very big network. And as I told you in my opening note, that Congress is not a political party, but it's a movement. It's an ideological movement, idea of India. And there are people who follow these ideas, those who follow this ideology, and people want to follow these ideas. We just need to connect with them, and we just need to create a dialogue with them.
The next question is from Rishikesh Patil from Kolhapur. Rishikesh, if you are there, please ask a question.
Rishikesh, please unmute yourself.
Yes. Am I audible?
Yes, Rishikesh.
Hello, Dada.
Yes.
I just wanted to ask. A leader can switch parties nowadays and ideologies at any time. So, what will have to be done at the grassroots to attract the youth to the party ideology rather than the leader?
So basically, again, the same thing, that there are opportunist leaders, and they are not only in Congress party, but they are in all across the parties these days. But then we have to create a system of dialogue with common people, and organization has to be changed. Like, we always give an example of Kerala organization for that matter, that in Kerala, the politics is completely ideological based politics. Organization has the toppest importance in the political decision making. If we see in other states, it becomes personality driven, and if it becomes personality driven, then these kind of problems come in. That if some person leaves Congress party or leaves any other party and goes to any other party, he takes along all his following with him to the political party. I think the only solution for this is that we should strengthen our organization, and organization should be given the toppest priority in any decision making. If we do that, then the importance of organizational politics will come up, and that should serve the purpose, I say.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. The next question is from Saroja Manoj.
Saroja, can you please unmute yourself, please?
Am I audible?
Yes, Saroja.
Yes.
So I don't remember my question. I request one of you to please read it. I don't have it in front of me either. Sorry, Satyaji.
Yeah. So I'll just read her question. UWC currently has a social media team, and we are getting into building chapters. As a youth leader associated with the INC, what other activities would you suggest for this team?
You mean to say UWC?
Yes, sir.
So I think the biggest missing thing in Indian politics is volunteer system, and that's where you're working now. So I think we should rather than getting more into organizational structures and chapters and everything, I would say you should try and create a big bank of volunteers which will help party when it is in need, whether it is elections or if any other activity. I can see Siddharth Avdut also in this discussion now. Siddharth and we were working together in last Lok Sabha elections, and we have seen that because Congress party, and for that matter any other political party in India, BJP tried little bit since 2014, and few other political parties are trying, but still Indian election system is missing that, and that is volunteer system. If you see any political party's website in India, there are two things which are always missing. One is become a volunteer, and second is fundraising. we always depend on mainstream political party for funds and volunteers. And then we have seen that in elections, like I mentioned Siddharth, and we were working together in Lok Sabha elections in Maharashtra. We faced this problem tremendously, that we don't get us to work for Congress party in the time of elections. Whatever political volunteers are there, they come with a certain set of mind, a certain thought process. We need some volunteers at every level for Congress party, which will only come during the elections or when party is in need, but which will support Congress party in a big way. That volunteer system can be built through UWC rather than getting into conventional organizational structures of chapters and states and appointing office bearers. I would say bank of volunteers should be the strength of UWC.
The next question is from Siddharth Avadut. Siddharth, can you please ask your question?
Hello Satyajit ji, how are you?
Good, Siddharth. Nice to see you after a long time.
Same here. So I have a supplementary question that is basically attached to what Saroja just asked. So we have like 400 odd volunteers pan-India, and that's what we are doing. We are trying to create a volunteers bank, and we are trying to segregate them into states. So that's why we have state chapters. Now, what I want to ask is that how can an organization like UWC can align with the say MPYC or any other state unit or any other Congress unit or frontal and work together? I mean, how do you as a leader of the MPYC see UWC helping you in some or the other manner? That is something we would need some guidance and enlightenment on.
So Siddharth, there are a number of things which can be done together. In fact, you know it better that just to give you an example, we worked on Super 60 project in Vidhan Sabha elections. We were working on 60 Vidhan Sabhas, and we did booth management, we did campaign management, and we also did social media for the 60 constituencies. Now we have come up with an idea called Super 1000. Because in 2019, during assembly elections, I realized that party was willing to give youngsters tickets in Maharashtra. I was in a position to push a lot of people to contest, but unfortunately, we did not have strong and serious candidates who can contest Vidhan Sabha elections. And then finally, we asked for some odd 45 tickets. Out of that, in seat sharing between NCP and Congress and other alliance partners, we just got 20 in our quota. Out of that 20, we got 13, 14 tickets because few were completely non-serious candidates. And out of that 13, only 4 to 5 got elected in this assembly this time through Youth Congress. So if you see the statistics, this is very disappointing statistics, I would say. And if you want to increase this number, the only solution is that we should push more and more young people through local body elections. And for that, in Feb 2022, there will be local body elections in Maharashtra, Jila Parishad, Panchayat Samiti, and municipal corporations and municipalities. And we have decided to select 1,000 such young women and men who will be in position to contest these local body elections. We will groom them. We will set up a control room like we did in Lok Sabha and Assembly. And we will do a daily reporting system. We'll create a structure where basically we can help them in their election preparedness. So this is something where UWC can definitely come into a picture and help us into it. Then there are other things like training is there. A lot of non-political activities to attract common youth has to be done. So, you know, any volunteer for that matter can contribute mainstream party in n number of ways. This is just an example I gave, but definitely we can have many other ideas because every day we some or other new idea come to our mind, and then there are a lot of limitations for any political organization to implement those ideas. But if we get a helping hand like UWC, we can definitely implement those ideas in a big way.
Thank you, sir. The next question is from Nawaz Aman. Nawaz, if you are present, please ask your question.
Good evening, Satyajit ji. I have two questions from my side. Just give me a moment. Like you said, that we have INC has the largest network of educated professionals, and from your side, what is the way forward for us to connect with such people and make them contribute meaningfully towards the party?
So I think again it is the same question, that how to build a network of UWC. Yeah. And I think social media is the strongest tool. Through social media, you can definitely build a big network, and this volunteer network can then help Congress party, mainstream party, when and wherever required. And definitely once the visibility comes in, once people start knowing that UWC is a main volunteer bank for Congress party, people will approach you. And I'm sure that my social media is flooded with requests every day that I want to join Youth Congress, I want to contribute in Congress party, how to do it. Unfortunately, we are not able to accommodate everybody in the political system. A lot of people have their own limitations. Some of them don't want to give time, but they can contribute in some another way. Some people can work full time. So, contribution has different different kind of arrangements can be done into it. And I'm sure if we work on it, and if we create some system, which I'm sure some technical people would be there in your group who can do it. It is very easy to create a network. I came across few young boys and girls group couple of months back, in month of August, September. You will be surprised to know that they created a volunteer base of around 3,000 volunteers across the country to volunteer for Kamala Harris.
Right.
And that number is around 3,000 plus. And they were silently working, remotely working for Kamala Harris from India, and they contributed to her elections. So, contribution can be done, and it's very easy to do it. And you are technical people, so I'm sure you can do it.
Yeah. And one more question of mine is, apart from the social media presence that we have at the moment with like organizations like UWC and others that are working towards taking forward the ideology of the Congress, can we start a movement like the way the BJP did the India Against Corruption in 2011 on basically false promises, saying about talking about the scams, that the non-existent scams that Congress had, and can we do such a movement to basically let people know what the BJP is doing, and let the common man know the real face of BJP and the RSS? I mean, because I think we only have around 3 years to go for the next Lok Sabha elections. And if we do not do such a movement, or if we do not actually get down and speak to the common man about what exactly these people are doing, I think, it is going to be a very tough call, but we still need to fight it out.
It is, I would say, very important that we speak about the allegations on Congress party, as well as we expose the current BJP government. It is very important. And the classic example, I would say, is recent US elections, where within 4 years' time, American people literally fired Donald Trump. And if you see, the final figures are yet to come, but when the final figures will come, you will see that it was a landslide victory for Joe Biden. So I think that this is a very great example for us to follow. We should not get demoralized, and in fact, we should go and speak to people. We should expose these people in whatever way we can, at whatever level we can, in every possible way. We should try and speak about against them. And I can see the trend in last 6 months has completely changed. If you see social media and people talking about the current BJP government and Modi government, people have now started speaking openly against them, which for first 5 years people were not. Even if somebody was not liking or disliking or whatever, he was not expressing himself or herself. But now people have started expressing. This is a very good sign, and I think we should. I was in Bihar for 10 days, and I have seen that the way Tejasvi Yadav had created a campaign, the way he created a wave and tried to basically pinpoint only those points which are important for the state politics, and he tried to create a wave out of it. So I think we need to speak about it. We need to express about it. We need to expose this BJP government, and there should be a movement which UWC can definitely start.
Thank you, sir. I will now take the last question from Zaki Damad from Mumbai. Zaki, please go ahead.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, Zaki, you are audible. How are you, Zaki?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you, Satyajit?
I'm good. Tell me.
Yeah. So my question is that, like as you rightly stated, there are many youths who are interested in joining the ideology.
Zaki, sorry to interrupt, but you should tell how we got connected to the audience.
Oh, okay. So for everyone,
because you were the way you got connected to me and the organization is what I'm trying to tell again and again in this conversation.
Yeah. So actually, for like from when we started discussing with Satyajit Dada, and he's answering the question from the very first point where he said the Congress party is the only party where you don't require any legacy or influence. So one day he posted on Twitter account that he's in Mumbai, and if any of the youth wants to meet him, so he's open for doing a meeting. And it was Saturday. So just for everyone's knowledge, I work for a corporate firm, and I actually want to contribute. I did not knew how to contribute. The one way was go to my local MLA, get his appointment and talk to him. But I saw this as an opportunity, and I went there. It was so open, and we discussed. So everything what Satyajit Dada said was all his words were true. Like there is no intermediary in between to get into the party. If you have a willingness to work with them, they definitely welcome you with their open heart. Okay. Plus the other things, the second point which he mentions, that when you go to the university, you don't be a leader there. You get to their level and talk to them to discuss their agendas and powers. So being a president of Maharashtra Youth Congress, when I met him first time, I never felt like it was he's a president and he has an ego or something. It was so open and connected. So it was through the ultimately social network we met, and we started having a conversation on this. Yeah. Thank you for that meeting, Satyajit. Dada again.
Yeah. So what's your question for today now?
Yeah. So the question for today is that I have a couple of my friends and even me, we are in a situation, we work for a corporate firm. Okay. And we we also like when we discuss in office, so there are people with different ideology, plus some people supporting the opposition, the ruling party or the opposition, and some people. The only way everyone has a question that if people like us who are working and at this time of career, nobody can afford to lose his job and give his full time to political organization or be 100% full time volunteer. So what is a way like people like us how we can contribute to it with a limited time and managing?
So as I told you, there are different ways of contributing. Some people can contribute through social media, some can do volunteering for doing back office work, some can do. So I have a bank of volunteers now with me in PYC, in Youth Congress. Right from graphic designers to content writers to social media influencers to various kind of people are there, and they contribute in whatever way possible for them. We don't expect every person to come and do Zindabad Murdabad with us, we don't expect everyone to come and go to the jail with us, so there are different ways of contributing into political party. And as I said, this is a movement. When Gandhiji started this freedom movement, independence movement, there were people who were working in different ways. Some of them were printing the newsletters and distributing it. Some were doing speeches. Some were doing so there were different kinds of satyagrahas happening, and different types of ways of contribution were there. So similarly, today also we can have different kind of volunteer network. In fact, very soon we are going to start a full-time volunteer thing. Full-time in sense, we are going to engage volunteers in Maharashtra Youth Congress now. We are trying to engage today. Till today, we have got around 40-50 volunteers who are ready to contribute. So, like if you say that you are working for a corporate and if you don't want to contribute on weekdays, on weekends you can come to a party office, and weekend we will give you some responsibility. You can volunteer for 2, 3, 4, 5 hours a week. There are few volunteers who don't want to physically come to a party office but want to contribute from their own house or their own offices. We have work for them also. We have work for everyone in this organization now. You just have to show your express your interest that yes, I want to volunteer, and these are my limitations. I can volunteer for this much time. I can volunteer this much of money, or I can volunteer this much of whatever efforts I can take. We have a program for you. So there are ways, and we can definitely build such network. And I would again say that organizations like UWC can definitely contribute in such initiatives.
Thank you very much, sir. I now invite Priyambada Thakur to make the concluding remarks.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, so just to to conclude whatever you have said. So today I could summarize as you rightly said that politics today requires a lot of young involvement and engagement, because it's like a part of our day-to-day life, and youth cannot remain aloof from today's political scenario because their involvement is very much important. Also, Congress with its ideology, as you rightly said, that Congress ideology is idea of India, an idea to connect, and it has a strong ground network, which we can always use to connect more and more youth. And they should, as a volunteer, I feel we should go to universities and more, connect with more of the youth and bring them in Congress working environment. And so that's my whole summary. And I thank you for having you sharing your experience with us, and all your insights about Congress ideology and Congress, how it works, so that we are more involved in future, and we'll use more of the social media as a strong tool to counter BJP. So I thank you, sir, and look forward to having more conversations with you. And secondly, I would like to thank Siddharth and UWC for hosting this event and for making it a great success, and also all of you participants for your wonderful questions. So thank you so much. So I conclude this meeting. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Sen. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.